I'm seriously considering just playing. I was telling you this the other day, John. Playing Ori on the Switch on Twitch.
Do it. I think we should start a Twitch channel and have us play some crazy video game and have us all play together. That'd be amazing.
Can we invite
I'll be
people?
terrible at it since I don't know how to play video games very well. But sure.
Can we tag our
Twitch channel and have us play?
Abel, you got to give me that.
You can start playing Call of Duty since I'm now in the top 1,000 in the world.
I suck so bad at Call of Duty unless I'm sniping. And I mean, this is from 10 years ago.
They have Warzone now, so it's not like traditional Call of Duty. There's a whole free section called Warzone that you don't have to pay for. You can just download and play for free, and it's like teams. You play on teams, and you have to plunder money.
Can I play on my Switch?
No, it's only you could do PC, PlayStation, or Xbox, and we can play together because it's cross-platform now.
Ooh.
Jared has an Xbox. I think he said, I'm going to kill my dog. Mabel.
We are live.
Mabel, I need you to stop.
To find my cards.
Look how together we are. Hi, everyone.
Have this back after
no one's
my call.
on yet, I don't think. If you're here, say hi.
Hi.
I meant in the chat, John.
I know what you meant.
Mabel, say hi.
I'm using my new dice tower.
Love it. That's awesome. Saw it on Instagram.
However, my giant dice that Caleb got, woo! It's gone forever. Can you get that?
No.
Please?
No.
All right. Shall we? Am I recording? Yes. All right. Shall we get started?
All right. Hi there. Welcome back to, what's the name of our show?
Holy
Hops.
Holy Hops Tavern. It's been a while.
Where the innkeepers are the dumpster fire.
Where hospitality is our best weapon.
Where we will never do an insurrection on the Capitol.
Don't make promises you can't keep, John.
You literally tried that.
Oh, Kim made it today, and is that Evan or Archie?
That's not Archie.
Hi, Mom.
Archie has two Twitch names.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, scheming. He's scheming on Twitch.
He's keeping us on our toes. Hi, Kim.
Flying into DMs.
Are you
Hi,
listening to us
Archie.
at work?
Hi, Evan, if you're there.
Thank you.
How did Evan enjoy the Rick and Morty adventure?
Yeah.
He said he did. Did you watch it, John?
Oh, no, because I was horrifically throwing up in urgent care.
You've
so
had
I've
a
not
week
watched
to
it.
watch it.
I know. I'm going to watch it. I actually watched the first 5 minutes before we started because I was on Twitch, but I have to go through and watch it. I'm excited to see you DM, Alicia.
Kim, it is a onesie. It keeps going, and it has feet. Kim said she liked my shirt. All right.
Because we're trained professionals up in this place.
And of course, I am operations.
Yes, no shocker there.
I mean, eventually I'm going to have to get a command shirt red one, but...
No.
Alicia, let me know where you got that, and I will purchase one of those so that I can run the con.
I'll have to ask my mom. She got it for me.
All right.
Yeah, let me know.
So,
Here we go.
This group of miscreants run a tavern in the small little village of Prison Bay. They've had run-ins with the local mayor, who they've been loathing low-key since the very beginning of this story.
That's me, Alicia.
There's nothing Loki about it.
But the elections are coming up soon. And our friendly local bartender, Gully, is planning to run for mayor. And I keep hearing myself, it's really trippy. But also our beer-headed priest is also trying to double as a serial killer. So that's also a thing. And we also have our druid, who is a runaway from a crime organization, who is also just trying to
I'm trying to rein in
the
Quinto.
a bit. Trying to pull off the whole Dexter good dad vibe.
John, I'm going to rename you to Quinto so Caleb can remember.
I appreciate that. So, Golan and Pippin. So you guys have been just resolved the last story arc about a month ago. Elections are coming up in like a couple weeks. It is the busy season. The docks are constantly filling with crates as people are unloading things for export up to Gravitas, or just doing various expeditions throughout the island. There's several exporters who are trying to consolidate and ship their wares throughout the rest of the eastern seas. And because it's the busy season and Prison Bay is a really small village, you generally don't have the manpower for this nonsense. So the mayor seasonally hires a local goblin tribe to help out with these labors. They are the flesh render goblins. Overall pleasant. They leave the village alone. They come in, make some decent coin, sell some of their more crafted ware, some of their pottery and jewelry in the local market, just for the week or two, and then they go back into the bush where they just ignore your civilization for the rest of the year. However, this year is going by a little bit more problematic. There's been a few fights that broke out in the docks. There's been a few arguments that you guys have overheard in the local market. And you see both the dock hands and the goblins at the Holy Hops Tavern. And both of them seem pretty angry of late. What normally for you guys is just a regular yearly busy season where you guys rake in some coin, it's turning out to be a fairly problematic year. So there's something going on with the goblins and the dock workers, and that entire thing is just not as healthy as it once was.
Do I have a good relationship with any of the dock workers? Like, are there any who or do any of us, have we made friends with a dock worker?
You guys know a couple different. What you know about the docks are there's one primary warehouse. It is owned by Pog McGaw.
Chicago, Illinois.
He runs the Bolt House. And he is the primary exporter-importer, just dock manager. He's probably the biggest moneymaker in town. You know him. He's eaten at your tavern regularly. He likes the restaurant across the street because he likes to eat. He's a little bit more portly than usual. He is a gnome with a nice, fine mustache. Enjoys the mayor's company. The dock workers enjoy yours, though. There are several Dragonborn that regularly come to you. Several of the goblins also come in. But, yeah, you know a couple of the different ones. Some of them by name. There's Riff, who is a green Dragonborn. He's a pretty nice guy. There's Dax, who is a gnome. And there's Benny, who's also a gnome, that you guys have gotten to know over the years.
I'm going to decide that Benny is a good friend of mine. I like Benny.
All right. You're obsessed. Were you paying attention to anything?
I'm paying attention. I'm in.
I'm sure.
I'm going to take my lunch and go sit down next to Benny.
Okay. So, Benny is over there. He actually has what looks to be a cut under one eye. Looks like he was decked. And he's just having a pretty rough time right now. But he sees you come up, is like, how have you been?
Better than you, apparently. I'm going to reach out and cast a
Cure Light Wounds.
Cure Light Wounds
Okay.
on him.
That'll clear up his bruise. The cut under his eye goes away like that. The swelling goes down. And he's just like, I needed that. Man, what a day.
What happened?
Just those damn flesh renders. They come into town. They're constantly bringing too much nonsense off the boats. Pog is constantly annoyed at them. And they're blaming us for their people missing shifts. It's utter bullshit. And so I'm just needed to relax.
Understood.
It's people not showing up for their labors. They're doing too much or just being thieves. It's hard to tell. But yeah, we're constantly trying to correct their misgivings, and something broke out. It happens.
Do I know what a flesh render is?
The flesh render goblins are the local goblin tribe.
Okay.
There are 8 on the mainland. There's only about 2 or 3 goblin tribes on Cragmaw Island. Each one has its own political nonsense that they worry about. So the flesh renders are the nicest clan on Cragmaw.
So what's Benny part of?
Benny's a gnome.
Oh, I thought you said he was a goblin.
None of these guys are goblins.
Okay.
Benny is a gnome, and he lives in town. That's how you've been able to get to know him for a while.
Get to know the gnome.
Yeah.
Know the news.
He's a local guy. The goblins generally congregate among themselves at the table, enjoy their food, and get out. They're a little isolationist and xenophobic. They do like your money, though. So
I go and get a nice beer for Benny, and I'm like, sounds like you've had a hard time on me.
thank you. He drinks it and goes back to his meal. What do the rest of you do at this point?
So is he at the inn?
Yes, he's at the inn, sitting at one of the 2 tables inside, probably close to the fire. The goblins that are currently being served by you guys are outside enjoying a drink, enjoying the sunset.
Some
it's
outdoor
probably late
dining?
afternoon. Yeah. They don't really like the claustrophobic nature of being indoors.
Who does with COVID around?
Yeah, they're good pandemic creatures.
I walk outside to see if they need another beer.
Yeah, and I'll walk over just to introduce myself and say hello.
All right. To the ones outside, or okay.
No, to the one that's inside that Alicia was talking to.
All right. Well, Gully goes up to the ones outside. They're only closed because of what is socially acceptable in Prison Bay. Normally, they wear a little bit more tribal wares. They wear grasses and some loose woven grasses. But inside the city, they wear very simple, long tunics, which cover everything. But they generally stick to like the one piece of fabric and a belt with some bags to carry their nonsense in. And as they see you approach, they go, "Yes, please." Their common is fairly broken, but they know enough to order food and whatnot. But they just seem very equally as annoyed as the gnome that you saw inside. They're just rubbing their head. And give me a insight check, Gully. So that would be wisdom insight.
So I only rolled a 6, but I am proficient in insight, so that would be 2, and wisdom is +1. So 9.
9. All right. You get a similar vibe from him as the goblin inside. These guys don't have any scrapes or bruises, though. So not quite as extreme of a contrast, but their emotional state appears the same to you. And as they order the food, they thank you. And
Can I offer them one of our special beers that like lifts your mood if they'd like to try anything fancy?
We will. For lost friend, yes.
You lost a friend. I'm so sorry. What was his name?
This is his name Broke Tooth.
What are they speaking?
They're speaking common.
Okay, but do they normally speak gnome? Because I speak gnome, so can I switch to their dialect?
Goblin. So
I thought they were gnomes. I'm so confused now.
the ones outside are goblins.
Goblins outside, gnome inside.
Yes.
Okay, well, I also speak goblin, so I guess that was a stupid thing. But I switched to their dialect to be able to talk to them.
Whenever you go, I speak goblin, chill out kind of thing, they go, oh, thank goodness. Yeah, we're having a wake for our friend. He was working at the docks and went missing.
Oh my gosh. Has anybody been looking for him? How long has he been missing?
Looking for him. We went to Pog about asking about where he went, and he just called us lazy bums and maybe he ran off to skip his shift.
So do you know for a fact that he's dead, or do you just know he's missing?
As far as I know, he's missing, but Cragtooth was very honorable. He would not miss anything if he could avoid it.
So he could have been taken, but you don't know for a fact that he's dead.
They look at each other and give me one more insight check, because this is a very specific kind of vibe they're getting off of them at this moment.
I rolled a natural 20, so it'd be 23.
They look at each other and they have the same worry. They, from that look, they think that given the proximity to the docks, that given their type of labor, the fact that they are kind of in and out, with your insight check, you're pretty sure that they're concerned that somehow Pog is stealing goblins for some purpose. That seems to be their mental process.
Okay.
But they go, we don't know. But since he's not here, we assume he's dead.
Okay. I am so sorry to hear about your friend. Let me go get you guys another round. And I go in to make them one that, helps with those kind of feelings, a special drink. And I make them pretty colors. And
can you give me an intelligence arcana check? Or just intelligence proficiency check?
17, and then where's my arcana I'm proficient in, so 19, and then intelligence is plus 3, so 22.
Okay. You come out.
I'm wasting all these high rolls, and then we're gonna have to fight somebody, and I'm gonna be rolling 3s.
Of course, that's how it always goes. We come outside with this drink. What is it? What did you make?
It's a milkshake beer, so it's creamier, and I put some lavender in it that'll calm them down, and it's got some pretty blue and purple swirls happening, and so it's relaxing and calming. And then the last bit, there's a little bit of like bubbles that just kind of like lift your spirits.
I like that.
I tell them it's a little bit of a feminine drink, so I made it slightly darker blue, but that it's fine.
Drinks don't have gender.
I was just saying that, but
Yeah.
That
All flat down there.
Now all 4 of these guys are male, but they don't care. They're used to wearing grass skirts, so They have no idea what your concept of male drink and female drink is, but they see your concoction.
No, we shouldn't have one. That was a silly thing to say.
But you bring the concoction that you bring them. They look at the sun, which is beginning to dip. They enjoy the mixing of the dark colors of the drink, the bubbling, and the sunset at the same time. And they enjoy it.
Drinks.
And they thank you wholeheartedly. And they leave like a full jade on the table for you. It's been a rough day. And you've been really kind to us. It's nice actually being able to speak Goblin to someone in this town.
Of course, anytime. Have you thought about having anyone go look for your friends? I know it may seem odd because I'm a bartender, but in these parts, get a little Western here, my friends and I are pretty good at finding things when they're lost.
If you can find him, that would be perfect.
Meg found the quest.
Da-da-da.
Dun, 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 dun.
Quest.
I go back inside and say that, well, at first I tell them that I don't want to make any promises, but if they can start thinking about any kind of information, if more friends have gone lost or anything like that, so we can start like profiling the
This is our
kidnapper, go all criminal minds here.
This
And
is
I
our
go inside to
actual
tell you guys
third
what's
member
happening.
that's gotten lost.
We have a serial murderer or kidnapper or something.
Not me.
Yeah.
It's not me.
I just look at Quinto.
Oh, not me.
I'm very confused because I have no idea by the jokes they're making. Why would it be you? And then ask you guys if you want to try and help them find the missing goblins.
All right. So while you're having that conversation, Quinto,
Yes.
you are making your way over to the gnome in the room.
Yep.
You see him there. He still seems downtrodden, but way happier now that the swelling has gotten down and he can actually taste his food without blood saturating his enjoyment of it. And he goes, "Hey there, Quinto."
His name's Benny.
I know what his name is. I was paying attention while I was ordering my Captain Picard outfit. Hello, Benny. How are you doing today? Welcome to our inn.
Well, it's a busy week, that's for sure. And those greenskins aren't making it any easier, that's for sure.
Well, we appreciate you coming in today. Is there anything we can help you out with while you're here?
Nah, Pippin came by and fixed me up. What are you doing?
I want to wrap this cord up.
Okay, Pippin came by and healed me up and gave me a beer. So you guys always treat me fine. So you guys are doing good. So how's Goblins been treating you?
Everything's been pretty quiet here, but we just want to.
Kai still works in the back. So
Yep.
Yeah, we should probably be correcting any racist talk like greenskins.
Yeah.
You're better than that, Benny. You're better than that.
Jesus. Benny, you don't want to end up being one of these pictures here.
Is that your murder board?
Maybe.
but he goes, but yeah. So what did you ask or imply?
I just wanted to check in, make sure everything was okay. If you need help with anything, we're always here to help you.
Well, we're always short-handed, it seems, lately.
On the white thing. On the white thing.
What?
Now I'm done.
We're always short-handed at the dock. So, I mean, I know that you guys are always busy, but I know that Kai works like a demon for you. So if he's looking to pick up some extra hours, there's plenty at the docks right now. Maybe you could pass that on.
Sure, no problem. I will talk with him and we'll see if we can help out at all.
All right. Thank you kindly.
Of course.
So has Gully come in and told us this at this point, or is this happening while Gully's out talking?
That was happening while Gully was out.
Okay.
As Quinto finishes up his conversation, cordiality, Gully comes walking in from outside with an empty tray.
Hey guys, I found us a new quest.
What is it?
What is behind you?
I love it. That's the perfect background for Quinto.
Just my
Great
office.
background for Quinto. So those goblins outside told me that they work at the dock. They work at the docks, right?
Mhm.
I was getting the stories confused that there were two different things happening. So I want to make sure I'm not about to say false information. They work at the docks and they've had 3 members of their team go missing and vanish. They're super nice guys, pretty stressed out, especially because nobody around here seems to also be able to speak goblin. So they feel like their point and story is not getting across. So I'd asked if they wanted some help and they'd like us to look for their friends.
It's weird.
What do you
Benny
guys feel?
mentioned that goblins weren't showing up, and I turn over his shoulder. Hey, Benny, have you had any people from your team go missing?
Let me think. Fuck. Missing,
Anyone not show
I
up?
guess. Rupert, but he's never been. He always ghosts us about this time of year.
No one else?
Not that I'm aware of.
Anyone else who worked down the docks missing someone?
What do you mean by he ghosts you this time of year? Where does he go? Is he prejudiced against goblins?
No, he's just a lazy git. It's our busy time of the year. He always takes his vacation
seem
days when it's least opportune.
He's just
Anyone else answer me?
Everybody else in the tavern right now are people that work in the city. No one else deals with the bolt house or any of the boat work at all. Most of the people in the tavern, except for Benny, are village workers.
But Benny's boss is across the street at the.
He often regulars the actual restaurant.
What's his name again?
His name is Paul McGaw.
I'm gonna go talk to Paul across the street
Oh,
if he's there and see if he has anyone else missing. It would be nice to know if it's just goblins
yeah.
or other people too. And I don't mean that by just goblins. Goblins are an important part of our society. But I would like to know if whoever is snatching people has a prejudice. And I go across the street and go, Paul McGaw, Chicago, Illinois. Does anyone answer me?
So you go to the restaurant, which generally serves seafood and everything. It is even a smaller staff than yours on the face of it. There's the line cook, the server, and a few staff in the back. But as you walk over, you do see Pog, since it's late afternoon, sitting back, enjoying a meal, drinking some wine. And he sees you coming over and goes, yeah, what can I do for you?
I take a chair and I spin it around backwards and I sit.
All right.
Do you have any people going missing?
You mean besides goblins ghosting us, or? I mean,
I would like a list of every goblin or other creature that works for you who has ghosted you.
What about demanding Pippin is?
yeah, give me a charisma check for this entire encounter.
It's really warm in here.
What can I say? I'm hot stuff.
Woo!
Just a straight charisma?
Yep.
10.
10. He looks at you and goes, this is our busy time of year. No-shows are very common. So
this seems
I'm
like
sorry
a-
for
who just doesn't
whatever
show up when
bug
it's
crawled
busy.
up your butt,
I'm just trying to get information because the goblins are saying that a bunch of their friends have gone missing, not just ghosted you, but actually gone missing. And I'm trying to figure out who all has ghosted you so that we can make sure we are looking for everybody who's missing.
The mayor was right. You guys are a bunch of hard asses. Gosh.
I'm sorry.
We just want our town to be safe and idyllic. And we can't have that if people are going missing.
Yep.
Safe is good, but no one has complained about anything except for the random fights breaking out lately. So maybe you guys can get a hold of the goblin anger management problems. And
How about
maybe
I'll
we can
handle
deal
the
with
goblin anger management problems by finding the goblins that went missing. Maybe they're just mad that their friend's gone and nobody cares. You should treat them better. Has anyone else ghosted you? We know all the goblins who've disappeared.
this. Come by the office tomorrow and we'll see what we can do.
I'd be glad I need a long rest before we go on any adventures. I used that spell on. What's his name?
We've been resting for a long time.
Well, no, I used one of my spell slots to heal
Benny up.
Benny.
Yeah.
I go back and I'm like, so I forgot how much I don't like. Is it Pog or Paul? I mean, both are true.
POG.
POG. Okay.
Pog.
Not to be confused with pogs that are fat ass white girls. Just throwing it out there.
I thought he was saying Paul, and I thought it was a really bold move to name this.
Paul.
Paul. I mean, whatever. Anyway.
Love you, Mom.
Throwing it out there. Keep important categories relevant. That's all.
Anyway, so Pog is a jerk. He said that he's not going to tell us anything unless we come to the office tomorrow.
What's the relevance of
He
tomorrow?
doesn't.
Your mom said very funny. Glad you appreciate that, Kim.
So just give me an insight check.
Me or
You. Just so you understand the reading you're getting from him. Please roll decent.
it's a good thing that's a wisdom. That's a 14.
All right. It's not the fact that he's an ass. It's the fact that he came up like a mean cop while he was having dinner.
The dogs are all the way over there. So should I send Gully? Would Gully have done better? Probably.
I have very high charisma scores, I'm just saying.
Maybe you should go like apologize and see if he'll tell you something so we don't have to wait till tomorrow to get started.
All right, fine. I take some pocket pies
Nice.
and I wander off to this guy, over to this guy, and I just say, hey, I'm so sorry. We are having a rough day over at the tavern. We're holding a wake for a couple people who have gone missing. And I think it's gotten everybody a little emotional. I'm really sorry that we just like jumped all over you. I brought a little bit of amends. If there's any way that you'd be willing to answer a couple questions, we won't take much of your time. We're just trying to get to the bottom of what's happening.
You mentioned a wake, which is good. Give me a persuasion check. So charisma, persuasion.
I rolled a 14, and then you said charisma and persuasion. So my proficiency bonus is 2. So 16, and then my charisma is +2, so 18.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, that explains a lot. The goblins have been jittery, to say the least. They look at me like I'm some kind of bad guy.
Not to cut you off. Do you mind if I sit down? I'm trying to make it more like we're gonna have a conversation.
Well, you brought a pie, so it's like, yeah, please have a seat. Let's cut up this pie.
Okay.
Are the restaurant servers just back there like,
No, they're fine. You sell some pies over to them, so they're like, whatever. And it's such a small community that cross-contamination is whatever.
Maybe they all just know that we're weird too, and like we just make everything our business. It's fine. We're nosy like that.
True.
You have a reputation at this point.
But like we're lovable.
You
We
need to
bring
work on
pie.
that bit.
What?
You as a group need to work on that bit.
Yeah, no, we have no chill, like zero chill.
Yeah, no. Tell us what's happening. But you walk up, sit down, start cutting up the pies, and then having a
That
conversation.
must be hard to have someone looking at you like you're the bad guy all the time when you're just trying to do your job.
Yeah, well, the goblins haven't been showing up. I thought it was just because they were lazy. I didn't know one of them died.
Well, technically, so the thing is that they're having the wake because it's been so long. But in reality, it's not that they found any kind of body. It's they have 3 goblins are missing.
3 are missing.
Yeah. So that's why if you have any information, like I don't even know the names of all 3 that are missing or that haven't been there. Or you said some people are acting a little like jumpy. If anybody's acting super sketchy or anything like that.
Well, everyone's jumpy right now, so give me one second while I roll a insight. Let me roll a memory check. Nothing that's weird about them. Everyone's jumpy this year. It's really peculiar.
You say weird about them. Does that mean that there's something weird about someone else?
Employees. The employees are understandably wigged out by each other. The goblins are jumpy apparently because there was been a death and we haven't been exactly the most understanding of people.
There was a death? I'm not there.
No, the goblins, referring to the fact that there was a wake.
Yeah, that's the first he's heard of that.
He goes, in terms of missing people, I haven't noticed. This is a really busy season for us, and people ghost on shifts all the time because they need to take a day to break or whatever. It's nothing out of the ordinary. Crap, I'll have to have a look at my ledgers to see who exactly has been AWOL the longest. I mean, I know that Rupert is not here because that's how he is every year. But maybe Kylan?
Do goblins go missing every year? Is Rupert
no. Well, yes. Actually, goblins are a little bit more reliable than the local folks because they often use this time to get some vacation leave while people pick up the slack. It's a lot to think on. I'll have to...
Sure. Well, why don't you take some time and think about it? And if anything else comes to mind, stop on by the tavern. We can have a beer and chat.
All right. Well, since you're curious about missing people, Rupert is missing. No surprise. Kylan? I thought he was sick, but... So that's 2 known... Kylan's a Dragonborn. That's 2 of my regular staff that hasn't shown up for work. That's all I got.
Well, thank you. I appreciate all your help and information. Let me know if anything else, if you think of anything else.
If you need anything, just come by the warehouse. You're more than welcome.
I appreciate that. I walk back and relay all of that information to my lovely team.
As you leave, he also goes, the mayor was right about you too.
What did the mayor say about me?
What?
What'd the mayor say?
Your velvet covered steel.
That's some ass kissery right there.
Well then, very perceptive mayor we have.
It'll keep her alive for another 10 minutes.
Yeah. Just remember, looks can be deceiving.
I have Billie Eilish stuck in my head now.
What song?
Bad Guy.
Makes sense.
I have in the Jets. Right. I walk back and I tell you guys all that stuff.
All right.
And how I secretly poisoned that pie and now that guy's dead.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding.
Meg, I love that background.
I know, that's
Thank you.
awesome.
It looks like the Tavern.
We should really do
That
a
was
is
my
the
goal.
best background.
I Googled Tavern Zoom background and there was like 6 billion that looked like this.
It's
We should
amazing.
do a layout for the tavern.
Yeah.
And put it on the website I never update.
I do love that background. It's beautiful.
I like it a lot too.
So you go back inside. What do you discuss? What do you do?
I mean, do we have a place to start to look for these goblins?
Well, the guy told me 2 names that are not goblins who are also missing. And apparently one of the guys goes missing around this time every year. And also goblins don't show up every year, so maybe he's a crazy serial killer who kills goblins every year.
I mean, should we like go down the docks and I can turn into a dog and sniff around?
Maybe there's a goblin Burning Man that they go to every year. Never know. I mean, yeah, we're probably going down to the docks and trying to figure out if there's any kind of trace would be good.
So I go out to the goblins and I'm like, do you have anything from one of your missing peeps?
You can also go check like whoever's missing wherever they live to see if they like, if it's really that they were taken, make sure they're not like dead in their house somewhere.
All right. Well,
which has happened before and nobody checked.
First things first, you go to the goblins and ask them, is there something on the goblins that you can use to track them? And the goblins go, everyone in our tribe has this bracelet. And they point out this bracelet that has a bunch of just lovely azul blue beads. It's given to us as we come of age.
That wouldn't have their scent on it. Do you have something with their scent on it?
Oh,
I'm gonna turn
something
into a
that belonged
bloodhound.
to them.
Yeah.
One of them actually pulls out a bunch of broken band. There's some loose beads. And he goes, we found this in the warehouse.
Search the warehouse. May I take some of the beads or the band? May I take the band?
Give me a persuasion check as they kind of look at each other, questioning you.
What's persuasion? Is that?
Charisma.
Charisma?
Persuasion. Yep.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. Why?
I can turn into animals, and I intend to turn into a dog and try to track them by smell.
Oh. Then yes.
I take the band.
So you have that.
Yes.
Now, Gully.
Yeah.
You were inquiring about what specifically?
I was saying that do we want to go to like the house or dwelling of where any of these goblins live, just make sure that they're not there if they left anything behind?
The goblins or the gnome or dragonborn? Kylan was a dragonborn. Rupert was a gnome.
I would say the goblins first, since there's the most of them, to figure out if they're just walking away or going somewhere, or if they're being abducted or taken, and if so, if it's happening at work or at home.
So you go back to the goblins having their wake, and what do you ask them?
I inform them that we're going to start trying to find out what happened to their friends. And the best place to start that is by looking at where they were last seen and who last saw them and where to go to find them or where to go to that place.
The last I saw, our friend, he wasn't at our tribe. we travel a good distance to get here. We stay in a small encampment outside the village, just a bunch of temporary shelters. But Crag stayed late to finish up a few corrections in the shipment. Apparently, there were additional crates that needed to be reloaded onto the ship, and so he opted to stay behind.
At the dock?
Yeah.
Sounds like
All
they
right.
got
So it
kidnapped
sounds
and
like
dumped on a
we're
ship.
on the right thing. So let's go catch up to Alicia and go to the docks.
The goblin's like, yeah, there's a reason why we think he was kidnapped.
What's the reason?
They're not sure of the reason, but they definitely infer the kidnapping given the fact that he stayed late after work and never came home.
Gotcha. So, Alicia, do you have anything scent-wise? Are you a dog? What's happening?
And Quinta, what are you doing during all of that?
I'm starting to head down to the docks too. So,
Okay, you're just gonna go with.
Wait, I need to. So I go and I grab Hey Hey and head down to the docks.
Getting down to the docks.
Way to stay on brand, love.
Meg, you're gonna have to go in and get Kevin.
Yeah.
I forgot that you had Kevin. You haven't used him in a while.
Well, he's at the office.
Okay.
Poor guy. Oh, John, are you gonna
Oh, well.
include him?
Are you there, John?
Oh, he's at work?
He's at the office, yeah.
Kevin! Oh, I've missed you. There he is. He's riding on Quinto. Quinto's taller. He can see more.
Okay. So, you guys group up. I assume it's like right after closing time. Kai can manage the last
Closing
residual.
time. Do we really have a closing time? Like, wouldn't
Night
closing
stuff.
time be like 2 a.m.?
We're open.
We're an inn.
People
You guys
stay
are
there overnight.
in
We have
a
to be open
small
24/7.
town.
Well, Kai's got the evening into night shift.
Yes.
All right, so we go down to the docks. I hand someone else the band and turn into a bloodhound.
Okay.
And take and sniff the band.
All right. The scent is pretty strong. Goblins have weird bathing rituals.
Can I be a mastiff?
Sure.
Big dog.
Does
Go ahead and give me a perception check, which is you use your wisdom score, but if they have proficiency in perception.
Yeah. I have
And
advantage
keen
on
hearing and
perception
smell.
checks that rely on hearing and smell.
So roll twice to get higher.
Rolled a 2 and a 15.
Oh,
So 15. So you said my wisdom?
Yeah.
Is 3.
And are you
plus-
proficient?
That's what I'm finding out. Perception, no. So 18.
18. So the three of you are down at the docks. It's a nice small riverbank. 2 docks lead out. There's currently a boat in port. Actually, given the time of year, both docks are filled. So there's 2 ships on one and 1 larger ship and 2 small ones filling up the other dock. It's a busy year. People are trying to export and import all the time right now. But as you're smelling, the scent isn't coming from any of the docks. Seems like you worked a little bit there, but the primary source of the scent and where the focus is coming from the warehouse itself.
All right, I follow the scent.
You make your way up to the aluminum covered building. Steel is and metalworking is very accessible in the Drakes thanks to the metallurgists in Little Drake. So this nice metal building isn't covered in wood or has a lot of rot. It's actually very nice and sturdy. But as you go up to the building, it seems to be coming from inside the source of the smell. That seems to be where he primarily worked.
Okay. I go to the source of the smell and then start working my way out to see where it's strongest in a path.
Okay. The primary entrance this goblin seemed to use was by the pulling dock entrance, just the standard dock door, not the like office door side. He would just walk through the biggest entrance.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have the social understanding to use the tiny door to enter the workplace. However, that grate is locked. It seems like they don't have the dock workers work in the evening.
All right.
Give me one more perception check. This time it's hearing. So if that matters.
Oh, it relies. I get it on that too.
Good.
16.
16. It's barely audible. You're not certain. You do hear something moving on the inside. It could be wind going through one of the drafts. You're not quite certain, but there is noise happening from inside. But
I like whine and paw at the grate, hoping
it wasn't like a person noise. It was like something adjusting noise.
Like the house settling.
Yeah, it was like a house settling kind of noise. Something creaking. It wasn't like footsteps or anything like that. And the two of you are following this bloodhound, trying to pull on various levers that the dog can't pull on, trying doorknobs. Everything seems to be locked up at this point because it's past sunset.
And there's nothing else. There's no other smells from around there that I can pick up on.
Oh. And for the smell when you got an 18, right?
Yeah.
You do smell something that is different. There's a bunch of smells that are just standard, like fruits, wines, this, that, and the other. But there's something mixed in that's also organic that isn't normal. You haven't quite smelled this particular thing before. It's not of goblins, not of human. It's, I don't know.
Can I follow that?
Also inside the warehouse. It does seem to have traveled from one of the boats into the warehouse. And you're not sure how old that particular scent is. But actually, give me an investigation check.
Intelligence is 3, so 18.
Okay. With that particular roll, you know that this scent is about 9 days old. So this weird aroma moved from whatever boat it was into the docks about 9 days ago.
And I can talk to Gully in this form, right?
You can.
I can only talk to small creatures.
Oh, yes.
Is Mastiff considered a small creature? It's a
Oh,
dog, but they're pretty big. They're like human size.
it's fine. A dog's a dog.
I tell Gully, there's like a weird smell coming from that boat. And it goes from like a little over a week ago and it goes into the warehouse. And I can smell the goblin going into the warehouse, but I can't smell that he went anywhere else. Should we
get on the boat and smell?
And the goblin odor is about the same age.
And he seems to have been here about the same time. Should we go check the boat?
I say yes.
Nose to the ground, I head towards the boat.
Okay. The boats, you guys would know, all of you would know without needing a roll, that boats are in and out all the time. So whatever boat was here 7 days ago isn't here now.
Wait, so you can smell the boat, but the boat's not there?
You can smell that something came off of a boat at one time.
Can I smell where the boat was tied up at the pier?
Give me one more investigation check. This one's pretty high.
7.
Nope. You know there was a left dock out of the two of them.
Can we ask the dockmaster for a list of boats that were here 7 to 10 days ago?
You could ask Pog that whenever he's in front of his books. Yes.
I'm gonna just to do by due diligence, I'm going to go up towards the entrance to the woods
Okay.
and see if I can smell him
Anything
up there.
interesting?
Yeah.
Give me one more perception. And while you're doing that, are either of you doing anything else besides this investigation aspect?
Ooh,
No, I'm waiting to see what
No,
happens.
just investigating.
21.
Okay. So as you sniff along the rim, you do notice that there's some goblins coming in and out of the woods there.
But
Given
not-
your investigation, you realize that they don't like using the facilities in town, so they wander out.
I sneeze. I doggy sneeze.
But no one has left. You don't smell Dragonborn out that way, really. So no one has wandered out of town. That catches you off guard. And neither of those scents left town. As a peripheral kind of thing.
Okay. I think he might have, at this point, I'm going to assume that my smelling has gotten us as far as we can go. Actually, no. Actually, I say to Gully, I really think he was on one of the boats. I can't smell exactly which dock he was at, but I know he was on the left side. Is there anything else that I should smell before I turn back into me?
I feel like if you've tried smelling everything that you can and we can't get any farther, do you notice any blood or like anything crazy like that?
Do I smell any blood?
You did notice that the goblin smell
Mm-hmm.
was never on the left dock. He only did a little bit of work on the right. But he and the foreign smell did not overlap on the left dock.
Was his smell on the right dock?
Just the goblins and not the foreign odor. The foreign odor just went straight from the left dock into the warehouse. And that's the only thing that you recognize.
So he went to the right dock, but the foreign smell was from the left dock. But the smells are the same age, and that seems really weird. So I don't know.
I have no idea what to do here at this point. I feel like if the boat's not here, we can't figure out where the boat was to ask anybody about it or anything like that, then we've hit a dead end as far as the docks go.
Can we
And
rent
that
a
the most
boat?
we can do is wait and watch.
Can we rent a boat and go out looking?
Do we want to do that before we know where the boats went? Because if we get the boat list from Pog tomorrow,
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so you go back, have this conversation. I imagine you guys rest. And before you guys do anything the next day, is there anything else you want to do that night?
Can we set up cameras at the dock to see if anybody else goes missing?
There's no cameras.
I know. Can we set them up? We don't just tell anybody.
no, there's no cameras in this universe.
Can we invent cameras?
Oh, nice.
Is there any sort of spell we can?
You guys have access to second level spells. What spells do you have?
I get to use my new spell program from last time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I downloaded that app. Oh smokes.
Can I use animal friendship to make friends with a small creature or a group of like mice and have them follow the goblins and report back to me if anything happens?
The goblins. Okay.
Ooh. Kim said they are unloading from both ships into the warehouse. However, everything that has gone into the warehouse may not have left yet. So tomorrow morning, we should also check for the spell inside the warehouse. So yes, I'm going to use animal friendship and make friends with some mice. And I'm going to turn into a mouse to talk to them.
All right, so you're a mouse, speaking in mouse. You cast animal friendship. What's your spell save DC? I mean, mice are stupid, so.
My spell save DC is 13.
Okay. So how long does that befriend them?
You want like details?
Duration.
24 hours.
Jared
Oh, wow.
Mabel upstairs asking her if she's sad.
So you turn into a mouse. You talk to these mice. There was one that was just kind of nibbling on one of the crates outside the warehouse. What do you want?
Have you seen anything weird? Like big green people being taken away?
No.
Can you follow the green people and tell me if they get hurt?
With animal friendship, and he failed to save. He's like, sure.
Mabel did that while I was on.
Who should I follow?
Call. And then she barked and growled at it a lot, and then ran upstairs to you.
Do you like take him to one of the goblins to have him? Okay. Okay, I follow him.
Thank you.
Do you want me to be discreet? Will he kill me?
I don't.
Will he eat me?
I say I'm going to turn back into a big person and I'm going to introduce you to him. So he doesn't eat you.
Okay.
Okay.
So what do you tell the goblin?
Hello, goblin friends. This is my mouse friend.
Do you speak goblin?
I'm asking
I do.
Gully to
You can
translate.
talk to me.
Okay.
I'm translating.
This is my mouse friend. He is going to follow you. And he's going to tell me if anything bad happens to you. He is the eye that no one else will see.
Also, I send Kevin. Because then, so we have the two.
Well, that's clever. All right, so with 2 scouts following the goblins,
we let them know that we're not trying to, encroach on their privacy or anything like that. We just want to know what's happening to you guys. And this way, we'll be able to monitor if anything goes wrong.
give me a charisma check with advantage, Gully. Because Alicia's helping you on this.
Okay. Well, I only rolled I rolled a 3 and a 10. So not startup strong, but 10. And then where did my little sheet go? And then so 14.
It's amazing how much a little bit of kindness works with these poor guys. They see the efforts that you guys are doing. They go, thank you. It's nice knowing that someone cares.
Yeah, no, we're here for it. You should be able to go to work without being nervous that something's going to happen to you or one of your friends.
Meg, do you have access to Wizard Eye?
Is that a spell? Is that a person? What is that?
Kim's metagaming for us.
Oh, wait, hold on. I can't. Sorry, I don't have Twitch open. I was being really bad and also creating bite-sized social graphics while we were doing this.
No, you're fine.
I'm
answering Jess's email, the 2 that have come in.
Wizard Eye. Is Wizard Eye like a camera or a video thing? I don't believe I have that, but I can learn it. Can I buy knowledge right now to learn it?
No.
I don't think I have access to it. Do I? I don't think I do.
No. So, you don't have that spell right now. But you set up a surveillance frog and rat.
It's a mouse.
Mouse. And they go off following the goblins, who they kind of have befriended. The goblins actually put the random animals in front of them and enjoy their company. They aren't like the village folk who would look a little weirded out by the random pets on the table, but these guys are like, oh, these guys are adorable.
Can I show them the tricks that I have taught Kevin on how to do? So Kevin, I've decided, is very much in love with popcorn and will do almost anything for a piece of popcorn. So you can throw it up in the air and he'll like flip around and do all this stuff. And, you know, he's like a super lovable little guy. And so I give them a bag of my special popcorn.
That's awesome. Can give me a performance check for Kevin.
Ha! 18. Do I have to check anything else? Or is it just like a straight roll?
Yes.
Go, Kevin. Go, Kevin.
So this little flying frog flies around like a sparrow, does like that like stalling spin kind of thing, and catches his wings, and does a number of different crazy things. Uses his tongue to just kind of hang off the side of the table. And it's just
It shows you how he can sit perfectly still and like stuck his tongue out like all this way to catch the popcorn in any weird place.
Yes.
Other than a horse, dog, and a cat, is there anything I've turned into on a regular basis that I'm not remembering?
No.
Kim said that's a very cool idea for Kevin.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So you set up the surveillance, the goblins finish up their meal and their drink, and they head back to their temporary camp for now. You guys then finish closing up shop. And do you do anything before going to sleep that night?
I check in with Hey, make sure he's good.
Hey is Hey.
Yeah.
You've stopped him from wandering into the fireplace twice today.
Hey's a good chicken.
He's a good chicken. He'll also be good baked.
No, he will not. I'm extending Hey's life.
He's happy, content, glad that one halfling is out of town.
John, you need an animal companion so that I can make it for you.
I know. I'll have to come up with something good.
Let's find a boyfriend for Kevin, and then you can also have one too. I decided
Hey,
Kevin would
Ross.
want a boyfriend. Yeah, why not?
I love that. Oh.
So, distractible. You go to sleep that night, wake up the next morning. Kai is still busy at work.
I look at Kai and I kind of hand him a cup of coffee and I'm like, do you sleep?
Yeah,
How long do you sleep?
about 4 hours. It's more than enough.
I respect you, Kai.
Drinks the coffee as you see these giant divots under his eyes.
You're a good goblin. You're a good man.
Or a murderer. We
Drinks his
haven't really
coffee.
decided yet.
Resetting my spell slots.
So it's the next day. You guys are fully rested. You guys have done some modicum of research. And with the morning as early as it is, there are some goblins coming in, getting their morning joe. You do see the occasional dock worker also come in, take a quick drink or breakfast with sausages, and make their way to work.
Making their way downtown.
Making my way downtown.
We're never getting monetized.
We're fine. You can do a few seconds.
So, what do you do?
Well, I mean, let's head early down to the docks.
Can I go into Kevin and see like or is he able to tell me some way, because we're not with them, so if anything happened, like don't we want to check with our little guys if any of the goblins disappeared or something like that?
you can constantly jump into the frog senses.
Will I then know what he knows then, though? Like, will I be able to, like, really quick, like,
You don't
know?
get to download the night's activities, but you can jump into the frog. You see that he has been sleeping on top of the goblin's chest. Given how late he's sleeping right now, it seems like this particular goblin works the afternoon shift, which explains why he was here at the tavern so late the previous night. But he's sleeping in, but you can see through your frog's eyes that some of the goblins have woken up and begun making their way into town. There's some merchants who work the temporary market, as well as there's the dock workers, various laborers who just do odd jobs around town. So it's a small community that comes in, does all kinds of random things for a very short period of time. And you see people putting on their tunic because they feel like they have to get into town. It's kind of their uniform.
Like the goblins, you mean?
Yeah, because them in their own community, they're
naked,
sparsely dressed.
Is that why you call Klaus a goblin?
Goblin.
Yeah, pretty much. So from what you can see from how the goblin's breathing on Kevin's, with Kevin being on the goblin's chest, with the current activity, you don't see much desperation or trauma. So no one has gone missing in the night. Give me a perception check or investigation, whichever one you prefer. Both of them are wisdom.
I got a 6.
Okay, that's what you get. So
Great.
You go
come back and report all of that information to you guys. You know, all that super helpful stuff there with my 6.
This is why we can't nice things. So you guys set things up. The pies are cooking. Kai can pull them out. He doesn't do any of the actual extreme preparation work, but he knows when to pull things in, pull things out, and
what she said.
Yeah. It's when you put your left foot in and your left foot out.
What do you guys do with this point?
I think we should go down and talk to Pog and ask him about the ship's log.
I agree.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I feel like you should probably ask him, Gully. I don't think he likes me.
Let's bring him a pie.
You make your way down to the Bolt House, that steel building.
We should have named our tavern Goodberry so we could say, "Welcome to Goodberry, home of the Goodberry. Can I take your order?" Good burger?
Anyway.
Definitely Friday.
Yeah.
And it was a long week. First Friday back, too, so it was a long week.
We started midweek insurrection.
Hey, look, I'm just saying this might actually be the most engaged you had all three of us in a while.
I know. This is novel. I'll take it.
Us being engaged means that we're going to make weird jokes.
That's fair.
Yep.
How are we looking on time? Just so I know. Oh, 40 minutes left. Okay. So you make your way down to the Bolt House, which it's named because there's the ballistia on top of this particular structure that the mayor uses to actually keep out pirates from the small village and whatnot. So it's called the Bolt House because it has the ballistia on top of it. But you make your way down the small walkway and enter the establishment. And you see in this giant establishment a few people starting their labors. There's an office that's kind of built up into the structure just because they want all the floor as open as possible for crates to come in and out. And so you do see through a glass window Bog currently sitting down doing some basic paperwork. But to your right, you do see some goblins doing some basic labor nonsense, and a dragonborn also handling some pulleys.
They're all being pretty basic, though.
Sure.
I'm hilarious.
Alicia, start. I'll follow your lead.
I go in and I knock gently on his door in a friendly cadence.
And I stand next to her with the pie like this.
All right.
And I smile, but like, because Pippin's got a really low charisma, like she thinks she's like smiling nice, and instead she's like,
I slowly step on your foot.
what? Try to be
Whenever
friendly.
whenever the serial killer actually starts his work, everyone's gonna think it's actually you.
For sure.
Pug looks up, sees you, goes, "Oh yeah, come on in." Welcomes the three of you inside, and he goes, "What can I do for you?"
How was your night?
Not as restful as I would like. I went through some of the books, and yeah, Kylan has missed more than I expected. He's missed the last, well, including today, 4 shifts. So, yeah, this seems to be a long-standing issue, and we're actually missing another person from that worked yesterday. So there's something going on.
I think one of my AirPods just died.
So not only is Rupert missing, but again, no surprise, Kylan's missing, and so is Bo.
Is that Bo B-O, B-A-U,
It's Bo.
B-O-W?
No,
B-O.
Bo.
Is it because he smells?
Like body odor?
It's spelled like the acronym of body odor, but he actually is very well cleaned because he's self-conscious about smelling.
All right, so we know that.
He overreacted the other direction.
Okay. So we know that Bo, 3 goblins.
You know that 3 goblins have disappeared. You know of 3 villagers that have disappeared.
And it's Bo, Raylan, and
Kylan.
are Raylan and Kylan?
There is no Raylan. It's Rupert.
Oh, Rupert.
What?
Oh, guys, did you know that I can like change pen types on here?
Oh, you guys will be very happy to know I found my bathroom key.
Ooh,
That's good. I really need to bring my key back to the office. All right, so we have 3 goblins, 3 village people missing that we know of.
Village people. Which ones? Which village?
Bo, Rupert, and Kaylin.
Just a joke.
Oh,
No, the village people. Was it the Indian?
Oh, like
the police officer, the
the
construction worker, and the Indian.
Thank you.
Native American.
Yeah. First Nation. Whatever.
I actually really like First Nation. I think it makes the most sense. That's what Canada uses too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The football players. So,
Quinto, I think you should adopt a cat.
why?
Quinto seems like a cat person. I can just see like a cat like wrapped around his neck with its head sticking up next to the fin. So you're gonna have to introduce a cat, Caleb.
It has to be like one of those cool like Bengal cats though.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it should be something different, like a raccoon. I feel like it should be a raccoon.
A possum.
is now concerned.
An
like-
aardvark.
Possum. Possum it is. White little beady eyes. Love it.
Constantly looks angry no matter how you look at it.
Now you're gonna have to introduce a possum for him to find.
So Pog looks at you after revealing this information as you guys start talking about possums.
That was out of character.
Sure. And he reaches for the pie, grabs it, and he goes,
Could we have a log of the ships that were in dock? This would be 10 days ago now, right? 10 days ago.
sure. He pulls out his ship manifest kind of log. And he goes, we don't have a real quartermaster, so we handle all of that. There were several ships in and out that day. What information are you looking for specifically?
Ones that have left since then. Were there that day or unloaded that day.
Unloaded that day. He gives you a list of 6 ships from both docks that were just, both of these ships came in and out throughout that day.
Do any of them know where they were going? Do any of them have records of where they were going, or is it just that
we always manifest where they're going to, just in case there's a storm and one of them goes missing, we can at least notate the leaving destination. Some of them opt to keep that information secret, but all of these guys are just traveling locally throughout the Drakes.
All right. Are any of them did more than one of them go to the same place?
Looking at the manifest, because he just handed over the book, because he has nothing to hide. Give me an investigation check. You're looking at it, and it might as well be a foreign language to you.
Yep. I rolled a 3 in case anybody wants to know.
But he looks at it as like, none of these people are out of the ordinary. Some of them are seasonal ships, but...
Did any of them have anything weird on them? I picked up a smell that I don't recognize going into the warehouse from the left dock specifically.
Left docks were these ships. So he narrows it down to 3. One of them is called Ghost Main. Like the band. Highly recommend them. Another one's called Clawhammer.
Didn't think you could get this deep into the...
Yeah. And the third one was just called Not Quite Sunken Maiden. But all 3 of those ships are regulars. One of them did make a pretty long expedition to get here from the Barrows, but we get shipments from there all the time. What is weird is the deporting, the unloading, the quantity of materials coming from those ships are weird. There's lots of notations of crates coming off the ships being one amount, but our warehouse workers count a different amount actually arriving in the warehouse.
Can you let me into the warehouse?
Yeah, sure. Feel free to look around, do your thing. I've been trying to figure out which ones are extra so I can get them back to the original ships, but
I'm gonna go back down to the warehouse and go, now that I can access it, turn back into a bloodhound or the mastiff.
I want to go with you.
Do you two want to ask Pog anything else?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. But he goes, yeah, just have a look around. Don't try not to get into people's way. I appreciate that. And then you turn to a bloodhound and begin navigating.
Oh, before we go, when is any of those ships due back here?
Oh gosh. The Ghost Main, 2 weeks roughly. The Crab Hammer, monthly roughly. And we won't see the Not Quite Sunken for a year. That one's one of the seasonal ones.
Okay.
And it's an appropriately titled ship. For some reason, that ship's been attacked by pirates like 7 times. I'm not sure how that thing's still afloat.
Cool. All right. To Quinto and Gully, I say we should probably. Thank you, Klaus. We should probably ask the ship's crews if they've seen anything weird if we go hunt them down. If anyone's wondering, Amazon just delivered wart band-aids.
Nice.
There's an Amazon truck right in front of my house as well.
We should.
Oh, Jeff's not the richest man in the world anymore.
I know, I saw that. How did Elon Musk pass Jeff Bezos?
Yeah,
Their stock went up like $700 this year.
Was it because of Bitcoin?
No, it was because of SpaceX.
I got it. Anyway, off topic. We should ask any of the crews that are in dock currently, and if we go hunt down any of these ships, any of those crews, if they're missing anyone. Thanks, Kim.
So
Kim is very helpful on chat, guys.
I know, I'm watching.
meta game. So you go downstairs to the warehouse, which is large. It encompasses a large amount of space. Basically, this place provides a modicum of shelter with a little bit of protection just because they don't want to deal with thieves, but there are no thieves as far as anyone's aware. It's not a thing they guys really deal with. And so it just basically is a small protection from the elements. But this place is massive. There's just rows upon rows upon rows of crates.
All right, I'm smelling around to see if I smell either a new bead on the goblin or that smell I smelled yesterday.
Give me a survival check
Survival. Oof.
as you try to navigate
gosh.
all of this nonsense. The various new smells, tracking.
I think I'm proficient in that. 10.
Well, fortunately, you have the smell from yesterday. And you are proficient, you said?
Yes.
Good. You're able to make your way with the smells. The goblin smell does fade in the warehouse.
Okay.
Like, it's very clear that the goblin that you smelled yesterday has been around in the past 7 days. That other strange odor does feel present. And
Can I find a crate with it?
give me a investigation check as you try to navigate and look through the warehouse trying to find something weird.
Since it's smell based, do I get?
Go ahead, have advantage on it. How are you this bad?
Struggle City over there.
What?
Struggle City over there.
Yep.
Investigation, you said? 22.
Okay.
That works.
That is disgusting. You navigate your way
You
through
mispronounced wonderful.
the warehouse to a part of the establishment that is completely unmanned right now. There's some pulleys overhead that are just still. And it's very tranquil in this part. You hear the noise of laborers behind you as they're unloading and loading and whatnot. But in this particular part of the warehouse, it's quiet. And you make a left turn and you see a pillar, like a Greek pillar, about 4 feet tall, with a giant red button on it that says, "Don't push."
I want to push it.
Gotta push it.
So that's what I smell is the pillar?
You're smelling the pillar.
I whine at the pillar.
And Gully, you said you push it?
Can I push it?
You do push it.
I push it.
Alrighty then.
What?
Of course, gotta push it.
How can
It's
you
like
not?
it's like the numbers in Lost. Whether you have to do it or not, you gotta do it.
By the way, in dog form, Hey's riding on my back.
As
Very well trained chicken.
as your finger touches this beautiful, highly reflective button, your finger sticks to it. And I'll need everyone to roll initiative.
Love it. Here we go.
Still a dog.
Woo! Getting into it.
I'm with you, Kim.
Oh, I rolled a 20.
Roll a 5.
Well, I rolled an 18.
20.
So that's 20 altogether.
I need a piece of paper. Thank you, that'll do. 20, 18. And what did Quinto get?
5.
Cool, you still go before me.
With my initiative modifier, it was a 20.
All right.
Was yours a 20 with your initiative modifier, Meg?
Oh no, it was just a flat 20.
So what's your dexterity modifier?
How do I keep losing the sheet? Dexterity modifier is +1, it's 21.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you guys watch Gully just go up to the pillar, touch the button, the pillar seems to melt around her finger, and the entire pillar begins to semi-melt a little bit as part of the pillar opens up and you see some teeth.
Nice.
Teeth?
Teeth. The pillar that look like stone, like a Greek pillar, part of it opens up and you see
Throw a
teeth.
mimic at us?
Yes. So go ahead and what do you do, Gully, as this pillar looks like it's trying to eat you? You are stuck to it.
I am stuck to a pillar that is like stuck how? Like is it like a gooey thing when I try and pull my hand off of it? Like what's it like?
Yes. As you touch it, it kind of like concaved around your finger, and so it's just not letting go, and it also is sticky. Okay. So it's grabbing you and it's sticky.
Can I try burning hands to see if it like makes the stickiness come off or the button to come off?
Go for it.
All right, I do that. And let's see here. I roll a 15. And then do I add anything to it?
Dex save, right?
What?
Is burning hands an attack roll or a dex save?
I have nothing with me, guys. I can Google it. I don't have my cards though.
I thought you had the app.
The app, I tried to sign in earlier when Alicia started talking about it, and it's not letting me sign in for some reason.
All right. Well, he succeeded the dexterity saving throw. So as you're trying to use your left hand to cast burning hands at this thing, the pillar wet.
Wait, why would I be using my left hand? I want to cast burning hand with the hand that's like I want it to heat up, so whatever's touching it.
But you couldn't cast the hand with your right hand. And so you can't actually use it as like the focus of your burning hands. So you use what you had available. He does still get scorched because you're touching the thing, but he takes half damage. So go ahead and roll damage. He will take half.
Who's he? What you keep saying?
This pillar of stone will take half the damage.
Okay. I was trying to burn the button that I'm stuck to.
Yes.
Yes. You're trying to burn the button. You're doing half the damage to the button on the pillar, and the entire thing is moving as one.
Okay. 4.
4 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
My turn?
Or half damage, so 2, half of what I rolled. I rolled a 1d6. Isn't that what it's supposed to be?
No, you're supposed to roll. Burning Hands, I believe, is 3d6. So roll that twice more.
Okay. 4, 4, 3.
Okay.
11.
Okay, that's better. Thank you. The pillar kind of screeches at you, and you hear some noise behind you going, "Is there fire in the warehouse?"
We've got it under control.
The roof
And it was
is
3d6?
on fire. Why can't I see what it says?
4th from your hands, 3d6 fire damage. Yes, it's right there. Okay. So after Gully freaks out about the thing eating her hand, she tries to burn it, and it wiggles out of the way partially, but still gets scorched. Pippin, what do you do?
All right. Well, I'm still a Mastiff, and I'm going to stay a Mastiff because the Mastiff has more hit points than me. Oh, no, it doesn't. Why did I think it had 25 hit points? Anyway, I'm just gonna hang out with its 5 hit points for now. And I'm going to bite it.
Okay. Give me a attack roll.
15 plus 3, 18.
18 will hit.
All right, and then that is 1d6 plus 1 piercing damage, which is more than I did my melee attacks. Ooh, 5.
All right. And as you bite into the stone pillar, your jaw sinks into it, and as you try to pull your teeth apart, it's like trying to separate taffy, and your mouth is stuck to the creature.
Well, this is
You're welcome.
Pleasant.
Quinto, you see the dog go.
I say to Gully, tell Quinto to burn him from afar.
You can't say
Burn him
that.
from
Your mouth
afar,
is full.
Quinto.
Far.
I am going to use Guiding Bolt.
Pew. Make a spell attack.
13.
Plus your, did you have the bonus to that? It has a little bit of cover since it's using your allies as shields. Your spell attack bonus is equal to your ability modifier plus your proficiency bonus. So wisdom modifier plus proficiency.
It should be 5.
Yeah, it is. It's 5. So 18.
18 will definitely hit. It bypasses the dog's head by a good 6 inches, and you blast the thing. So go ahead and deal damage.
Guiding Bolt. Damage is 4d6. 16.
Ooh. The pillar yelps.
Right.
And it will attempt to bite. Okay. Yes, it will attempt to bite Gully because you're right there.
Oh, wait.
Kind of felt that coming.
I forgot. Is it a creature? Does it count as a creature?
It is a creature.
It needs to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, it can't be prone.
It can't be prone?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. So this putty monster attempts to bite Gully. What's your armor class, Gully?
I think it was a 13. Hold
Ooh.
on. Oh, nope, an 11.
Oh.
19 hits then.
Yeah.
And you take 8 piercing damage and 3 acid damage as this creature just bites into you and just starts dissolving you.
Well, that was half of my points, so that's great.
It doesn't look very good. It also seems to have taken quite a fair bit of damage from your lot.
Burn
It
it.
also has a tentacle that comes out and attempts to thwack the dog on its side. Just so where the dog was attached comes out and it just slams it against the ground. And does terrible. So it flails around and the dog's just kind of attached to it, just flailing.
Can I just like detach
No,
while it's flailing?
you are stuck to it.
But do I get an attack of opportunity while it attacked Gully?
No.
Hmm.
So back to the top, it is Gully's turn.
All right. So you said it throws out what was that? A vine type
A
thing?
pseudopod. So it is kind of like a vine. It's just this putty limb that comes out and just attempted to thwack the dog.
Can I take out my dagger and just slice that? Like
Oh
straight
yeah,
through it?
sure. Make an attack roll.
All right. 18.
18 will definitely hit. So roll 1d4 and add either dex or strength modifier.
Okay. I rolled a 1. And let's see, my dexterity and where's our strength? Oh, my strength is +0, my dexterity is 1. So I'll do 2.
It barely felt that as your knife goes, hits the like stone, cuts a little bit of it, but the dagger sticks to the creature. And it just kind of absorbs it a little bit as it tries to eat whatever is attached to it. Pippin.
1 second. I'm asking Dad to take Klaus in the back.
Because our kids.
Because I can't concentrate with him yelling Smash Brothers theme song down there.
Children are great. Thanks, Mom.
To be fair, your mother did offer to pay for your vasectomy as a wedding present. So we passed that up. Anyway. All right. So I am going to, being startled at getting like attacked and everything, I'm going to turn back into myself and try to use that to dislodge myself.
Go ahead and give me a strength athletics check to try, or acrobatics if you want, to try and break away from the creature. You have advantage because you're changing form.
Oh, I have advantage?
Yes.
I rolled an 18 and a 19.
Nice.
Is that acrobatics or athletics?
Whichever one you prefer.
So 21.
You barely pull away from this creature. This guy is really sticky.
So is that my action?
That is an action to separate yourself from the creature. You can move to get further away from it.
I'm going to, does that count as a disengage?
It would require disengage. Or you can move away and hope to not get hit.
I'm going to back up so I don't have to do chill touch at disadvantage because it's a range. So.
Okay. I will do my attack of opportunity. Missed. What's your armor class, just to confirm?
13.
Yeah, it's fine. All right. So you back away as the pseudopod tries to club you again. No dice. And the pillar looks sad.
I almost feel bad for it. By the way, since Pippin was on me and I said that in the beginning before this became a mimic, he did like run back to where my range spells would be. So he's like backed away.
Okay. Yes, the chicken is.
And he disengaged. He took a disengage action.
Okay. The chicken is just staring from behind one of the crates going, that's some weird shit. So that was your turn. Quinto, you're staring at a pillar that's currently eating your employee.
Guiding bolt again.
Do it.
Alrighty.
17.
Yeah, that hits. No question.
Okay. 9 damage.
9.
9.
He is looking pretty tattered, but he still has some fight in it. And after you do that, do you want to do anything else at this point?
Nope.
Okay. It is the creature's turn. It will try to enjoy the meal that's been presented to it. It will enjoy the meal that's been presented with. Oh no. Okay. So Gully takes a total of 16 points of damage.
I'm dead.
Unconscious. As the mimic just nom 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 and waddles 15 feet towards Quinto, just kind of hopping like a weird aberrant version of the Pixar lamp.
Not good.
Since I'm unconscious, I'm also going to go pee real quick.
There we go.
Before you go, can you roll a d20 to see if you're dying?
Love to.
I appreciate that.
Oh, that's a D12, sorry. 15.
15? Great. That is one save for you. Pippin.
So I get advantage on an attack roll because he did guiding bolt, correct?
Yes.
So, and she's still stuck to the thing.
Yes.
So I'm going to make the decision that it's probably better to kill it than try to heal her while she's still attached to it. I am going to cast Chill Touch.
Okay.
Attack roll, 13 plus 5 is
That'll
18.
hit.
Okay, 1d8. For some reason I pulled out a d4, not a d8. So that's 5 necrotic.
Ooh.
And it's not undead, right?
It's not undead.
Wait, did I get advantage because of guiding bolt?
You did have advantage, so roll again and see if you crit.
I mean, it's 16 plus 5
Okay.
instead, but
And now it also has a half speed or something.
it can't regain hit points until the end of my next turn.
Okay, that's fine.
The hand is clinging to it.
Oh, what does your hand look like?
It looks like a chicken claw.
I like that. Looks like Hey Hey's chicken claw comes and claws at it. And it pierces into the pillar, and the pillar's just like, no!
Meg, were you able to hear all that?
No, I took my headphone out.
I decided since you were still attached to it, it was probably better to kill the thing before trying to heal you.
Fair.
And Quinto, what do you do?
All right, so I guess I should use that same mentality.
I mean, you don't have to. I didn't communicate that.
Well, I mean, if we don't and it hits any of us, then we're in deep, deep trouble.
However, if it hits her again, she is...
You guys are 3rd level, and none of you have used 2nd level spells.
I just used a cantrip.
I know.
Wait.
Well, you're done.
I didn't think
so it's
any of my
Quinto's.
spells would work on that thing.
I forgot I had
All of those features.
yeah.
So
I could have cast Gentle Repose. Man, that would have been smart. No,
Where's
she's not a
Gentle
corpse.
Repose?
She's not a corpse.
correct.
Okay, never mind.
Yet. Quinto.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Over here dying.
I did forget that if it hits her again, she could die. And then I could use Gentle Repose.
Yeah, I guess I should heal. I should try to heal her. And
Oh, yeah, you're a cleric. You can actually do that.
We always forget.
yeah, I'll do heal wounds.
Woohoo!
read what that does. And so you go up to the mimic the rest of the way. So you can touch Gully.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll what it.
Seems like a bad idea for you.
We'll see.
He has hit points.
I rolled an 18.
You roll a 1d8, I believe.
Yeah.
Plus ability modifier.
7.
Okay. Is that
Plus
the total?
3.
Nope, 10's total.
Okay. So Meg, you heal 10.
Nice. But my last one, sorry. Did you give me 14 damage last time?
You
No.
come up from 0. Once you
Yeah,
hit
you can't go
0,
below 0. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Then
you're at 10.
wonderful. I'm at 10.
All right. And now it's the creature's turn. The creature still thinks that you're an hors d'oeuvre in the future.
wait, wouldn't it be Gully's turn? Was the creature
No,
going first?
the creature is last.
Oh.
So the creature will come up and attempt to bite Quinto. What's your armor class, Quinto?
13.
It misses. Since its bite missed, it will use its pseudopod to attempt to just bludgeon you.
Oh, that's better.
Oh, that's nice. A 20 will hit. And so you take a whopping 8 points of damage.
Yeah.
And you are stuck to it.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Back to the top. Gully.
Kill it.
Okay. I wanted to try. I don't think any of these new spells will really work on him.
And just so you know how you
Detect
are,
thought, cloud of daggers.
your right arm is kind of stuck inside of the creature. You feel the acid kind of just slowly dissolving you. But your entire person from your shoulder, basically everything except for your right arm is accessible.
If I cast Maximilian's earthen grasp, will it just fall into a hole?
You cause the ground to erupt and grab it. So it will not fall into a hole, but you'll stop it from moving around. So you'll be grappling the grapple.
Around a lot.
But is it moving? It's not really moving that much right now.
Right. It's a very slow creature.
Considering it's made of stone, would daggers do anything to it if I cast Cloud of Daggers?
It's more of a wet noodle. It has this appearance of stone and the texture of stone, but it is squishy. It's jello.
So it's like one of those
facade.
like foam creatures, like the snowman.
It's like a stress ball with the appearance of a pillar.
I cast Cloud of Daggers. Alicia, are you able to look at it in the app? I'll try. I tried to log in again, but it's more just showing.
I'm using the like spell app, not the D&D Beyond.
I'm using the spell app, the one we downloaded last time. It was like shutting me out, saying that I had to log in. But let me.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm still not logged in, but it does show all the different ones. So let me just see if
I believe that's an area of effect spell. Which you could.
Saying I need the player's handbook to look up Cloud of Daggers. I've got it in my books.
Cloud of Daggers. Cloud of Daggers, you basically set up in a spot. Given the fact that it is grappling two creatures, you can easily set it up to.
Oh, here, I found it.
Okay.
Concentration up to 1 minute. You fill the air with spinning daggers and a cube 5 feet on each side, centered on a point you choose within range. A creature takes 4d4 slashing damage when it enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
So basically, you can have the entire space where the creature is.
Third level or higher, the damage increases by 2d4 for each slot level above second.
Okay. Well, you're casting at second level because that's the slot.
Okay.
So you would basically create this Blintex zone on top of the creature, and the creature, if you guys can keep it there, will take that damage every turn.
Okay.
So you have to like corner it in so it doesn't hit you, or
yeah, but that's easy. It's a very small space.
Okay. So I rolled at 17. And then does anything else come with
No,
that when I
you
roll
just
it?
cast the spell,
Oh, okay. I don't have to
and
roll.
it comes
Okay.
into being.
Gotcha. Okay. I casted it.
So now you need to roll 4.
Oh no! The start of its turn.
Okay, so it's my turn.
So you create the blend tech around the creature, and now it is Pippin's turn.
I am going to cast a second level. I think it's second level. Is it second level or first? Oh, it's a first level spell. It's not letting me see him. 1 second.
I know we're at 3. We'll finish up soon.
All right. I'm going to cast Ice Knife, which is a first level spell.
Okay.
Do I have like advantage or anything? Because
No.
okay. 18 plus 5.
18 plus 5 will hit.
Okay. And I cast 1d10. Ooh, actually, no, I don't do that. I didn't read the second half of that spell.
So what happens?
Otherwise, I'm going to hit them with ice shards. Did I already do
So
this?
you don't do this?
I don't do this because
Okay.
every creature within 5 feet of it.
Okay,
must make
so you attempt to cast a spell, you go, oh no, and kill it
Wait, what?
before you cast it.
Do I get okay?
Hurry up.
I'm gonna
We're
do
at
chill
3.
touch instead.
Okay, that's a
So
range.
I still that's
So
an
chicken
18.
one. Got it. So that
Yeah.
hits. Now roll the chill touch damage.
1d8. 7.
7 damage. So the Hey's claw comes out, slashes at the pillar again,
And grabs on.
and grabs onto the creature, and the creature's in the splintech, and so it just is getting torn to pieces. Quinto, what do you do before its turn where it just gets torn apart?
I mean, we don't need to inflict any more damage, and I don't have any more spells. So I imagine I just get out of the way and let this thing die.
You don't have any second level spells?
I thought we only had 3 spell slots.
You only have 3 first level spell slots. You have a second level spell slot too. But this creature is almost dead and getting away from the
I
creatures.
thought we had 4 first.
You can also say that you're trying to keep the creature inside the blend, inside the cloud of daggers, so that it can't escape it.
Okay, that's fine. We'll do that.
So since you're already attached to the creature, it's not going to be hard to keep him stuck there.
Yeah.
I have more spell slots than John.
No, you have the exact same number. of
John,
spell
you
slots.
have 4 first level spell slots and 2 second level spell slots since we leveled up.
That's fine. I'm just gonna make
Focus
sure. But
Okay. So as it goes to the creature's turn, Gully, can you roll 44? As the air around this creature just turns to daggers and just tears it apart.
It says total 9 rolls were 3, 2, 3, and 1.
Okay. 9 more points of damage, and that is exactly what you need as the creature gets torn to pieces. So you just look at the air just cut into this creature, and it just slowly breaks apart. And if you maintain concentration, it cuts into multiple pieces, and you guys are just released from this thing's hold.
Are there goblin bones in its belly?
We will get to that next session. As you stand before this broken pile of flesh, look at each other, and that's where we'll pause.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, hopefully I'll have this up with a thumbnail sometime in the near future because I'm like weeks behind because I suck.
But thank you for joining us live.
Yes.
Thanks, Mom.
thanks everyone.
And everybody else. But
We need to make sure next week to do a good investigation to make sure there aren't more mimics via Kim.
are there any other announcements that we need to worry about?
We are starting a new series in the book club that'll be doing week to week with a book that is businessy called Get a Grip. So that starts on Monday, and then
Is that on YouTube? How do they watch that?
That's on YouTube, right, John?
Yeah, that's gonna be
On the
YouTube.
bite size?
We're gonna do a blog
On the-
with it every week and YouTube video. Yep.
And then we're continuing with our Stephen King thing. The next one is The Stand, which will be mid-February. And then John and I are continuing with Dresden because Meg doesn't like Dresden. So we'll be doing Grave Peril sometime coming up. Keep an eye on Bite Size for that. And then if you haven't checked out Dungeon Havoc on Patreon or on Instagram or Tumblr or Facebook or wherever else, you can do that. And we love that.
Onlyfans.com/Dungeon Havoc.
I've been trying to make him get an OnlyFans, and he keeps telling me no one would pay for it. So sorry, Kim.
Until you tried.
That's a joke, Kim. I promise.
Maybe it's a joke.
So, love you, Mom.
Got to put that Star Trek costume to good use on the old Dungeon Havoc.
Anyway, so otherwise we'll see everyone next week. And we'll be
we'll see you there.
Yeah.
Great.
Go jump into another video. Goodbye, everyone.
Toodaloo.